Alrighty, I want to show you a new treasure my daughter got me for Christmas. It's a talker radio, 1958 to 64, somewhere in that range. A home intercom system with 7 stations and of course a clock and a timed receptacle, so you can plug your coffee pot into this receptacle and turn your coffee on at a particular time. And an AM radio, which I'm going to turn on now. I'm going to hang this antenna up here. So we will at least get some signal. You can see the back of the set is fired up and needs a little bit of rewiring in order to get the set to work correctly. But in the intercom, I'm 3D printing a file over here on the other bench, so that's what you're hearing there on 600. And remember, I'm in a metal roof house, so I'm like in a Faraday cage here. It makes it very difficult to bring in AM stations here on the bench unless I use an external antenna. But in any case,
Licia, los lunes y los miércoles, las alitas de pollo a solo
this is the talk page function for the intercom. And then there's a phono input setting here, which originally had a jack. You could plug a phono in here. There's nothing hooked up currently, a ground wire, but beyond that there's no audio hooked up. So there's quite a bit of work to be done to make this back to the original. Originally there was a bar across here that had all kinds of connections to your home, and then a trunk cable came up through here and out. Now let me show you also what this originally came in. This wooden case. Let me make sure this is showing up on the camera. Yeah, this wooden frame that you mounted in the wall came with this radio. I don't know if somebody made this from scrap or what. This definitely is original. I don't know about the frame. Looks like somebody may have just created a nice wooden frame. So the radio plugs in, the whole rig plugs in here for AC power, and then someone added a cord to it later. But this whole thing just kind of sets in here and screws in. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm going to work on the radio to get it a little more sensitive. I did align it, but I think I've got a couple of weak RF tubes that I need to replace. But for having a very poor antenna, it's working pretty well. In fact, just for kicks, let's try hooking up a whip antenna. I don't think YouTube's going to kick us out with that radio station, but just in case. Let me hook this up to the back where the antenna connects. And let's just see.
Solo lugar.
Not sure.
Honrando a los tres grandes, al Padre, al Hijo y al Espíritu Santo. A través de los siervos de Dios, pastores entre Jesús, pastores Carlos.
No, not going to help any. So I would need to unhook this ferrite core antenna, which is a standard antenna for an AM radio. This is crazy. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on the video. There is actually, someone actually used a Band-Aid to tape the antenna connection. Oh my. And based on the wiring that someone did on this rig, it was obviously someone that didn't know what they were doing, because they really kind of hacked the wiring on this radio. They've hacked out the intercom system completely, and I don't believe they have the antenna hooked up correctly. They got one leg grounded here, which I don't even think is legit. And I'm going to break something here in a minute. Let's just see if I disconnect this ground. I don't know if this is going to help or make matters worse. There we go. Let's see. I'm sure it's looking for see if that makes any difference on the antenna. Oh, it definitely isn't any better. So one side definitely wants to be grounded to the chassis. And then this other side goes straight to the tuning coil. So there you have it. Anyway, thought you'd like to see that Talk a Radio made in Dallas, Texas. And as always, thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, please subscribe.